What really happens when you power on a Cisco router? Most network admins don't know these crucial boot steps that could save your device from disaster. In this video, I'll reveal how routers load their iOS, plus the secret configuration register trick to recover lost passwords. Stick around to see what those mysterious ### symbols mean during boot up. iOS image and configuration file. When a router boots, it initiates a series of steps before loading the iOS and its own configuration. Understanding the startup process can help a lot to solve problems. The startup is composed of three main phases. First, it's going to start by running the post and loading the Bootstrap. The post is used to test the router's hardware, the VA tester, the processor, RAM, and NVRAM, which is non-volatile random access memory. When everything is okay, the Bootstrap code is copied from the ROM, which can also be called read-only memory, to the RAM. It is this that will allow you to locate and load the iOS. The iOS is usually stored in flash memory and is copied to RAM by the processor so that it can be executed. If during boot you are connected to the console port, you will be able to see a series of sharps that indicate that the iOS is decompressing. If the iOS is not in the flash memory, the router can try to search for it on a TFTP server. And if it is still impossible to locate the image, then this is where a mini boot system will be copied from the read-only memory to the RAM. This mini iOS allows you to diagnose a minimum of possible problems. Remember, this is our famous Windows Safe mode. Once the iOS is loaded, the Bootstrap will look for the boot.conf file in the NVRAM. This is the startup config. This is the file that contains the router's commands and settings. If the Bootstrap manages to find this file, it will then be copied to RAM as a current configuration file. That is to say, the running config. And if the startup config file doesn't exist, then the router will try to look for it on a TFTP server. And if this file is still not found, then it will automatically launch a series of questions to be able to enter a basic configuration. To summarize, the boot sequence of a router. We at the hardware check, the Bootstrap code launch. This is the configuration registry. We have the iOS loading and the execution of the configuration. The value of the configuration register is used to determine certain parameters when the switch or router starts. This value is stored in the NVRAM. You can modify it with the config command in Ramen mode and the config register command directly in the iOS. It can be used to set up different tasks. In general, it is used to recover a lost password. We will now see how we can modify this configuration register. The show version command allows you to know the value of the registry that is currently running on the device. Here, it's 0x2102. This type of register is used during a normal router startup. That is, the startup config will be loaded into the RAM. Now, let's say we want to change this registry to 0x2142. This is the code that allows you not to load the startup config file, very often used to recover a lost password, which we will see a little later in the course. The config register command in global configuration mode allows you to modify the register. We finish with an exit to go back to the previous mode, and we save the running config on the startup config. If we do a show version again, we can see that the next time it starts, it will launch the 0x2142 registry. The startup config will therefore be ignored, and the router will run its small utility to have a minimum configuration. We will now see in detail how the iOS is loaded. When the router finds an iOS image in the flash memory, it is then loaded into the RAM to run. But before it can be charged, it must be unzipped. That's why we see a series of sharps displayed on the console. The decompression is underway. The show version command displays several very useful pieces of information, like the iOS version, the version of the Bootstrap program, the location of the iOS, or even the physical interfaces of the equipment. Here, we see that it has 2 gigabit interfaces and 2 serial interfaces. We can also see the size of the NVRAM memory, the size of the flash memory, and the registry configuration. This value in 0x2 indicates that the router will attempt to load the iOS from the flash memory and load the bootconf file from the NVRAM. We will now see more in detail the loading of the configuration files. Once the iOS image is loaded and booted, the router must be configured to use it. If there is a configuration file that exists in the NVRAM, then it will be loaded. Otherwise, he will try to find one on a TFTP server. And if he still can't find a file to start his conf, well, it will open a small dialog box where it will be possible to configure the bare minimum. Now, our router is well started. The show running config command displays the configuration that is currently running on the router, and the show startup config command displays the configuration that is loaded when the router starts. These 2 commands are part of the iOS commands, which are the most commonly used, because they allow you to compare the 2 configurations between the one loaded from the RAM and the one loaded from the NVRAM. The iOS command copy allows you to copy one configuration to another. Here in the example, uncopy the running config on the startup config. This command is to be done after configuring the router, because otherwise, the next time you reboot, your changes will be lost, because it will load the startup config.